fury on display outside the home of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Saturday as protesters demanded his resignation. At the same time, in Tel Aviv, thousands gathered to call for action to release the hostages taken by Hamas on October 7th. It's been 1 month since Hamas launched its incursion into Israel, killing 1,400 people and taking hostage more than 200. The spectacular military and intelligence failure has shattered Netanyahu's self-styled image as Mr. Security. A national emergency government was formed after several days of tense negotiations. The leader of the opposition refused to join.
We work around the clock as a team with a united front. The unity within us conveys a clear message to the people, the enemy, and the world.
But the Prime Minister was in a weak position before the attacks, with regular massive protests against his judicial reforms. And he was facing corruption allegations, which he denies. He only narrowly won elections last year, a far-right party joining his coalition. 6 months before coming to Israel in a show of solidarity, US President Joe Biden had strongly rebuked Netanyahu for the controversial judicial reforms. The Biden administration has provided Israel political, financial and military support. But there is public alarm in the US and elsewhere at Israel's relentless bombardment of Gaza.
Millions of people in the streets, whether in the Western world, in United States of America and Turkey and other Arab countries around the world, which has absolutely added a lot of pressure over the government of Israel. I think Netanyahu, he is not anymore the leader that the Israeli people are wishing to see. A lot of families who do have hostages right now in Gaza, a lot of Israeli people who really hate to see the war affecting the future of Israel with its neighbor, within the international system. They don't want to see Netanyahu again in power.
The man who's projected an image of himself as Israel's protector hasn't admitted personal responsibility for the intelligence failures. All he said is that tough questions will be asked of everyone after the war. Following Israel's wars in the 70s and 80s, the prime ministers of the day resigned within a year, with polls suggesting more than 3/4 of people want him to go. That's a pattern that doesn't bode well for Benjamin Netanyahu. Mustafa Fatih Yavuz, TRT World, on the Israel-Gaza border.